What do the letters AD stand for when we put them after a date? In just a day or so, we will be entering into 2021 AD. We know that it is common to speak of the era before the birth of Christ as the era that we call BC, before Christ. And because of that nomenclature, it's very easy for us to assume that AD must mean something like after death. The difficulty with this theory, which is false, but the reason it is false is it wouldn't work because it would leave out the very years that Jesus was here on earth, 30-some years. BC does in fact mean before Christ, but it means before his incarnation. Whether we understand that incarnation as what happened at his conception or whether it's what happened at his birth, it means the same thing. AD, however, unlike BC, is actually an expression from medieval Latin, going back to the great saint, the Venerable Bede, who wrote some very early church histories and used this expression, this AD format, in his own writing. And what it means literally is Anno Domini, which means in the year of the Lord. However, in the more extended version, it's Anno Domini Nostra Jesus Christo, which means in the year of our Lord Jesus Christ. And that's why, even without the longer version, AD is often translated as in the year of our Lord. Now, that's the history behind the science. We've had a push in recent decades against this for the very reason why I want to celebrate it. The push against it is that somehow this is a diminishing of people of other faiths, that it's a privileging of the Christian faith. I understand that particular argument, but the reality is that it is not just an honorific, but it's a reality. What I want to, I've meant to mention that the sort of secular replacement of these descriptions of BC and AD are BCE and CE, which stand for before the common or current, before the common era, and then the common era or the current era. The irony is that even with that shift, we're left with the reality that our calendars are divided by the most significant event in history, which was God taking on flesh and dwelling among us. That's something that even with BCE and CE, we don't lose sight of. But there's more in the meaning of Anno Domini than, hey, this was a really important event, let's mark our calendars here. Anno Domini, the year of our Lord, reminds us, and perhaps with some level of frustration, reminds those who are not believers, that whatever time it is that we're talking about is His. It's His year. This year is His year. Next year will be His year. Every year is His year. It is not just an affirmation of the significance of the incarnation, it's an affirmation of the reality of His ascension, that He rules over space and time. Now, I'm not asking you to be rude to your unbelieving friends. I am asking you. I want to encourage us to be encouraged by this. I want us, every time we see those letters AD, to remember that our Lord reigns, that He is the King, that it is His time, that we would remember that what He's about is not just about getting my soul saved or my family's soul saved or my friends at church's soul saved, but He's about His reign over all of reality, space, and time. So let's rejoice in the year of our Lord.